There's a problem with photographers today, and there's a problem just in society in general. I think a lot of us mistake boredom for being numbed out and not actually understanding or feeling anything from the outside. Being bored is actually something you should strive towards because it's only going to make you more successful in the long run. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Sergio and I'm a commercial photographer here in Victoria, BC. I shoot primarily still life advertising. I've been doing so for 10 or so years full time now. And I've been a hustle mentality, can't stop working type of photographer this entire time. I thought, if I am not doing the work, well, someone else is. I shot everything. I said yes to everything. I've always been the type of photographer, well, hey, if I have this job, I don't know when I'll get the next one, so let's just go yes, yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. And then you're also the person behind the photography. And that is who's showing up to these photo shoots and to these, when you're being booked for something, you, the person, has to show up, not your camera and your lenses and your lights. What's important is that your ideas come to life in your shoots. You're only going to take your stress and your anxiety to these photo shoots, not your originality and your creativity as a photographer. We started photography, or we started doing this as a job in order to escape the mundane 9-to-5 life type of grind. A lot of people in a 9-to-5 type of grind just can't wait for that 501, that Friday, living for the weekend type of mentality where they can just think of anything but their job. But that's not what we're getting in this for. In order to enjoy your life as a photographer, you have to enjoy the photography and your life outside of it. I know that you got into this because this is all you love to do and this is all you enjoy doing, and that's fine. But when you're working for someone else and someone else is telling you what to do and how to shoot it and what to create and what to do and what to do and what to do and what to do, it'll get draining and it'll get very, very draining. You might be doing this for 6 months. You might be doing this for 3 years. And you're like, man, that's all I want. Of course, what do you mean? Like, you get too busy? All I want to do is get busier so that I can get even busier later. But you'll get there. You don't have to make it by tomorrow. You have to enjoy the process so that you still want to do it tomorrow. I still have the same mentality and drive that I had in my early 20s, but I'm a little bit smarter about it today. And I can put that effort into what actually makes me the most money or makes me the most success in my career. I got a message from a friend of mine recently. He's like, oh, I didn't know you take days off. And sure, I guess maybe a lot of my YouTube or my teachings have been to always be striving to work and enjoy the work and not complain about the work. And all that is very true. But in order to be at that level, or in order to enjoy your work, or in order to be able to approach your photography with everything you have to enjoy your time off. You have to enjoy your sleep. You have to enjoy and prioritize the recharge time in order to approach your photography with everything you have. You're not going to get there if you're constantly strung out. So now if you can understand a little bit and just, maybe even just take it with a grain of salt and be like, okay, I'll see what you got to say about this. How do you approach it and put it to yourself? What do you do to actually move forward? How do you move on as a photographer? You have to tune in and actually listen. And you have to not just be, can't wait to get on Instagram, can't wait to go out with friends and get drunk. You have to be able to just listen to your thoughts and listen to what it is that stands out to you. Question everything around you. Think of yourself as the 6-year-old kid who was annoying their parents with why. But do that with your entire surroundings. One of the greatest ways that I always end up pushing myself or trying something new is looking at my city like a tourist and doing street photography. Pushing myself to creatively come up with compositions or with stories within my frames in order to approach my photography or my business side of it. You have to have those times or those hours with yourself and with your thoughts where you're looking at your surroundings, you're looking at what stands out to you and you're questioning it. You're not just being like, oh, that's cool. Be like, oh, what do I like about it? Is it the symmetry? Is it the patterns? Is it the color? Is it the contrast? Is it the composition of something? Is it like, oh, I like this building because it flows so nicely with its environment? Or I like the colors of that car because they've matched it with the wheels and it contrasts nicely to the window tints. Or give yourself a little bit more of a reasoning to why you find all of these things attractive or dislike all of these things. What is it? It's not enough to just, oh, I hate your nail polish. Why do I hate it? What is it inside me that doesn't like it? And now I understand that little part about myself a little bit more. And now I can take that part and put it into my photography. That's what's important. That's what's important in understanding who you are and putting that into your style, putting it into your taste, because that's what people come to you for. You're at a point where you're not just exposing an image anymore. You're not just a replaceable camera. You're trying not to be a replaceable cameraman. You want to be someone who's creative and unique and original, but you're not going to be creative and unique and original if all you do is scroll through Instagram and numb yourself every minute that you got. I'm not telling you to like click away from this video, not yet at least, but just saying that you have to look at the things that stand out to. Even when you click on this video, let's say, what is it about the thumbnail that or the text or the title or was it maybe the title rolled off your tongue nicely, or is it maybe that the colors of that thumbnail stood out more than the colors of that one? But just like question all of your surroundings all the time. Question everything that stands out or that you dislike or that you like, and see if you can approach or see if you can understand who you are a little bit more, 1% at a time. It's a weird question, and it's weird to really like take a second and be that introspective about it and have a second layer of why you're doing certain things. But if you think about it, you probably do that with other people and with other things around you anyway. You just rarely do it towards yourself. Oh, why did that person cross the red light? Because your mind has to make up that question and has to be like, oh, let's see, is it this, is it that? If you ask those questions for yourself, your mind will get to work. And your mind will always just come up with an answer to whatever it is that you ask it. This is a silly sidebar, and I feel like I'd like to do a video about this one day. But there's a great little piece of advice that I heard one time. Man, maybe if editing Sergio can find out where I found this, but it's not from me. But essentially, when you are faced with anything in life that's hardship, especially if it's a hardship, just ask yourself, how was this the most incredible thing that could have happened to me? And sometimes it's pretty tough. Sometimes it's a very difficult question to ask yourself, depending on the situation that you're in. But your mind will always try to come up with something. We're creative individuals at our being, but we don't put ourselves in a situation where we can create all the time. And I think that's where we lack ourselves. It's because we're numbing ourselves, going from, oh, this other person or this other algorithm created for me, so I don't need to think. Let's just get numb. It's easier that way. But force yourself to always think, and you'll be a better photographer. And I'll tell you how that's going to make you even more successful as well. Real boredom and real just living in the moment, understanding the moment, putting yourself in the moment, not in the future, not in the past, not dwelling, not anticipating, just genuinely in the moment, is going to give you all of the creativity that you need. If you're having a hard time being creative, this is what you need to do. This is how you're going to be more and more successful, is by understanding who you are and understanding that creativity is why people are booking with you. It's our taste, it's our creativity, it's who we are as individuals and how we can put that in our work that makes other people be like, huh, I want my stuff to look like that, or I want my stuff to be in that light. I want my headshot to look like that. I want my products to be sold that way. I want my lifestyle brand to show up in that way. But you'll never have that for yourself if all you do is numb yourself constantly. So I want you to be creative and think to yourself. You'll never, come up with a new game if you're playing another game. You need to be bored. You need to have the limitations. You need to not have everything at your disposal. You need to just be okay with not having anything, not having any TV on, not having anything in your surroundings. Maybe go out for a walk and not bring your phone, not put your headphones in. Just enjoy the time with your dog and see what ideas pop in your head. It might not be anything, but maybe sometimes it will be. And this is maybe just like the same kind of advice as I've said before about going out to the bar on a Friday night and just seeing who's around you. You never know who's sitting next to you. But maybe now you don't need to drink. Now you don't need to be part of that part of the world. You can just be alone in your room. You don't need anything. All you need is you and your brain, and just wait till those ideas come. The more you put yourself in that situation where you're like forcing ideas to come into your mind, the more they just naturally will. We think of this creativity as this like big mystical being, but it's just a muscle like everything else in the gym. Just work it out constantly and you'll get better at it and you'll get more comfortable in those situations. I hope you can take this towards your own photography, because this is probably the most important thing If you want to make it as a photographer, if you can work on this skill, you can work on this muscle, it guarantees you a career as a photographer. So good luck. Leave a comment down below if you learned something new. Maybe leave a like on your way out. Subscribe if you're new here. All of the YouTube things. And I'll see you in a couple days. Later.